Hello, everybody.
Yo, what's going on?
Welcome to the Anime Mystics podcast. I am Roman.
I'm Steven Sanosuke-sama.
And we are still down one. Sakiel is still not with us right now.
She's on sabbatical.
Yes. She's going to let us know when she feels like she's going to be able to come back. But as far as I know, she is really going to be coming back. This shouldn't be a Belle situation where she says she's coming back and then just disappears.
Yeah. No, and quite the contrary. She's on the Discord still, so regardless of where she's at and what she's doing, she's still active on Discord. So she's still there.
She is.
She's just not capable right now or able to be on the podcast with us. So, right. But when she's ready, she'll be back.
She'll be back, and she'll be bringing in her hot takes.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
So yeah, we'll keep you all updated on that, or she'll just be here one day, and
that's it. Yeah,
that's it.
No warning. you just getting raw Sakiel,
right? So we have, I think, a pretty good episode for you today. A couple of bits about FGO that came out today and within the last week.
Pretty much, yeah.
A little bit of anime news as far as what do you call it?
Announcements and upcoming shows this year and further.
Yeah, I would say one of the most requested anime or manga is actually getting a series now. Yes, we'll get into that when we reach that point.
Yes.
Going to talk about our favorite bully, Nagatoro.
Yes. I told Roman that we're now the Nagatoro Simps.
Yes, we are.
The Nagatoro Mist Simps.
The Mystic Simps.
Yes, Mystic Simps. the god cat queen herself.
Yeah. We're going to talk about one of Sano's favorite subjects, which is Western comics.
Bashing Western comics, yes.
Manga.
Yes. It fills me with joy. Because like I said, and I do this because it's my form of shaming people into watching anime. So, because, you used to do it in secret and be like, oh my god, you watched the pink big titty show? And it's like, yes. And now it's all like, yo, so what's up with that pink-haired big titty show? Yeah, that's what I thought. So, yes. But yeah, we'll get into that when we get there.
Yes.
And then the reason why I wanted to talk about that is because it's going to tie into what I'm going to drill Roman for, because we're going to see what he thinks is the next one, considering our announcements this week. So we're going to see what Roman is thinking from the next manga, potentially the next manga that's going to get an anime. So I'm curious to see what his take is. So it will be all just me talking smack and bashing Western media. Roman will also bring us back down and give us a normal take on what he thinks is going to be the next hotness.
Yes.
So
gonna be psychic here and try to predict the next big anime, as far as from what I'm reading.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Before that, do you have any updates that you want to mention?
Nothing yet. We'll get into. Well, I did say that the next one we'll get into is the Way of the House Husband, the live action, because we were supposed to see that last week, but that'll be the next viewing party. So I got to still go track that down, but that'll be coming. So because I don't think that's on Netflix. I think just the anime is on Netflix, but I'll find out, and we'll go from there. But yeah, the live action Way of the House Husband will be the next watch party that we hold. So,
yep, should be good. I mean, the anime was good despite all the complaints people had.
Yeah, and again, I said it before, and it was like, if you look at the animation style, which everyone had a problem with, and then you go watch something like Boku Hero, outside of the action scenes, most storytelling is usually told in that still frame because it saves animation. You know, when you have characters moving around and all of that, you have to animate more. That's more cells. That's more money. So doing it in the stop cell animation that they, or the stop graphic novel graphic style that they used, that worked. It worked for me. I didn't notice it, and so that's what.
That's how Hanna-Barbera saved money.
Yeah,
With like the Flintstones, Yogi Bear. They were just the whole below the neck was just one panel.
Yeah,
and they would just animate the head.
That's
all they did.
You know, that was always my thing, is that and especially since I'm finishing my Japanese course, that that was probably the Japanese as a society, their strength is that when you look back at their history, can you really think of things that they originally created? Might be far and few between, but you know what they were damn good at? Innovating.
I was going to say tentacle porn.
Innovating. And shout-outs to Hokusai, our boy over there. The OG of Rule 34.
Right.
And they would take stuff like that. They would take erotica, and then they would enhance it. And that's what they did. They'd be like, that's a nice looking religion there. We can make it better though. And then boom, there you go. You know, they saw American comics, they saw Western comics like Popeye and all of and Superman, and they were like, yo, that's great. You know, we can make it better. Boom, Astro Boy. You know, Kimba the White Lion, Simba. So, you know, there you go. And then it came full circle, and they came back and made The Lion King. So, and that's what it is, and that's what they're really, really good at. And like, we'll get more into this when we get to the state of comics. But they're just damn good at taking other people's creations and just blowing them up and making them so much better. And it's something that I learned. That's one of my big takeaways from my Japanese culture course. So I'm happy that I took the class. It was not the way I expected to learn Japanese sociology, but they ain't wrong. You know, they didn't make TVs. They didn't make video games. Remember, they didn't make Tetris. They didn't make Pong. But they made Legend of Zelda, and they made Mario and Pokemon, and here we are. So,
yeah, they did.
So, you know, that's they didn't make the TVs, but you know, Sony came and just destroyed it. They didn't make the record player, but Sony made the Walkman. See, then the list just goes on and on. So, yeah, they completely indoctrinated me, and they got away with it. I didn't see it coming at all, but yeah. So, but that's Way of the House Husband.
Way of the House Husband.
That'll be the next watch party. But the one that we just finished FGO's Camelot movie.
Yes.
So we finished part 1. The Blu-ray is out in Japan, so that's how they were able to get it. And then, you know, a little bit of fan-subbing magic, a little sailing of high seas, and we got a watch party. But what did you think? What did you think of the movie?
Well, I missed the first, 10, 15 minutes?
Okay.
And I missed the end.
Okay.
Yeah, but the rest of it, Needle Chris was great.
I was about to say, did you see Needle Chris in Mosh?
Yeah.
Then you're fine.
Needle Chris was great.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting that the movie version of Needle Chris wasn't as dorky as they made her in the game.
Yeah, but I mean, they didn't really have her in it that much.
That too.
Or Ozzy, but I mean, I'm sure you were fine with that.
It was when he came out, or the other guy that was watching with us, and I was all like, hey, do you know who that is? And I was all like, yes, that's Shirogane's father. And he's all like, that's great that Dio has once again conquered Egypt. So there you go.
Outside of that, there's a lot of changes, but I think you said that it follows more the stage play than it does the singularity in the game.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because, like I said, there was a lot that was different. Mm-hmm. Like I know they just find Sanzang in the desert because she's lost, being attacked by something.
Right.
But in here, she's at the temple with Osmandius and Needle Chris.
Yep.
And he's like, "Oh, you take her with you."
Yeah, she's obnoxious.
What?
She always lectures us.
But they did kind of keep it where she already went with the the knights and what's his name, Agravan?
Yeah,
was like,
Agravan,
you
yeah.
should come back to us.
Yeah.
And she's like, I thought about it, but nah.
Yeah.
I like these guys better.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Sanzang was cool too. I liked Sanzang, even though she didn't really do much.
Well, yeah, her thing at the end where they actually expanded on her skill set, and when she used Goku's cloning technique, I was all like, all right, well, that means we're not getting Goku. So, womp womp. Was that true? Was she the one who taught Goku the cloning technique, or did Goku already have that from his mystic training?
I feel like Goku already had that.
Okay.
Yeah. I know when this is definitely not going to be Journey to the West.
Mm-hmm.
I know in Dragon Ball,
Yeah.
Tenshinhan knew, I think, the clone technique.
Okay.
I'm pretty positive Goku knew it as well, but I could be wrong because I hadn't watched original Dragon Ball.
Then you know what? That's what it is, because all of her weapons represent one of the disciples.
Yeah.
And so that's why she has Goku's Extendo Staff and Flying Nimble. Extendo Staff. That's what it was in the dub, right? That's what they called it in the dub, or is it just Extending Staff?
No, I think in the dub, they called it the Extendo Staff or whatever.
All right, that tells you how old I am. Yeah, and so everything. So it wasn't per se Goku's technique. If it was Tenshin Han's technique, that makes more sense because she had access to all of their abilities because it's all her skill set, and just like everybody in Fate, remember it's all based on the legend.
Yeah.
So that's why when she uses even like her extra attack, you see her use like the rake and everything, and in her normal attack she uses Extendo Staff. So. Yeah, she has access to all the weapons, so every weapon gives her access to her disciples' skill set. So I made the mistake of saying that was Goku's cloning technique. That was Tenshin Han's cloning technique. That makes more sense.
Yeah, I believe it was him.
Okay.
Yeah. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments.
'Cause it was it was Goku, Sanzang, Tenshin Han, Yamcha, and the Oolong he was a pig, right? He was a pig.
I think in Journey to the West he's Bylong or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I only remember that because of Overwatch. Because he gave Roadhog his skin during the
Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
Okay. And that was true, though. He did have shape-shifting powers.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
So, that I do recall. But, yeah. So, every weapon is...
one of the disciples.
Exactly. So,
okay.
Now it all makes sense. I just figured everything was Goku, so...
I remember reading comments about this, and everybody on Facebook, constantly going on about Arash. And I'm like, Arash didn't do much. And his Stella wasn't even that impressive. I'm going to be honest with you. It was disappointing.
Yeah.
I was like, that's it? And now he's dead. Okay. Oh,
yeah.
Spoiler, in case you don't know who Arash is and his history, his story or whatever. If you don't play FGO, I'm sorry. You've just been spoiled.
I was just happy that Serenity NTR'd Mashu.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Somebody's got to do it in every singularity.
That's... that put a smile on my face. Well, NTRing MASH isn't something that should make me happy, but this puts a smile on my face. Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, I thought it was good, but I think it definitely could have been better.
Well, they could also be holding back for the next movie.
Yeah. Looking forward to the King Hassan bits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we'll see how they translate that over, and how the final fight's going to go.
Like in the current event, the Reyna's event, the Gawain memory fight, and he's all like, "As long as the sun shines, I'm gonna be a dickhead." And they're like, "Sun's not out." "Yeah, dude, sun's not here." "There's no sun." "What?" And then he beat his ass, and then he's like, "Oh man." Yeah, that was fun too. So.
Yeah, what was I gonna say? Like your one friend, I didn't use what's his name, Metal Arm.
Metal Arm, Bedivere,
Yeah,
Betty.
Singularity Starter. That's who it is.
Wow.
I didn't use him at all. Which, by the way, I think one of your friends said that he was a servant in this. That wasn't true. He wasn't a servant.
No, he wasn't. No. That's more spoilers too. But yeah, that was the whole gimmick.
Yeah,
and you could see it too when Fujimoto offered him food, and he's just like, yeah, I know you're a servant and all that. No, it's good. I'll take it.
Yeah.
So and he ate the food, or he took the food.
Like, well, I mean, if you're going to offer. Sure, yeah.
And you also get to see too when Tristan, so sad, when he said too that is like, you know, I could still smell the flesh and hear the crack of bones, and it's like, well, if it was a servant, you wouldn't really have that.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, well, you can still have them per se, but it would just be like ether. So,
like, oh well, that's healed now.
Yeah, exactly, precisely. But because he's still human in this time, all of that is very relevant. So, but to Betty's credit, you know, he's going toe to toe with servants. So, you know, that shows how much of a badass he is.
Thanks to Merlin.
Oh, Merlin, dickhead. Merlin, die. Die, foo, die.
That was another spoiler, by the way. Sorry. We're just spoiling you guys all over on this. But
I mean, you know, most people, if they're watching the Camelot movie, that's because they've been playing FGO actively, so that's why they're interested in. But to also do another thing that they removed, they completely removed Tota.
They did.
They've removed Rice Man.
And was it 100 Faces?
Yes.
100 Personas.
Yeah. So they completely removed her. And there's one other thing. I forgot. They changed someone's personality. And I just can't remember right now. I'm drawing a blank. It's killing me. Everyone else was fair. Oh, Mordred. Because Mordred was kind of a moron. Remember Mordred's all, and Milf Toria was all like, You're annoying me. Go run into the desert so I can shoot beams at you. And she's like, yes! I get to go run around and dodge beams again. It's so much fun. And it's like, you're kind of a moron. That's who they changed. And then this one, though, Mordred was all business.
Well, again, she wasn't in it that much.
Yeah.
There was a lot of cutting of characters. Like scenes and all that, but I get it, because they're only doing 2 movies. But
right. And so it sounds like they're really putting all the big budget items into the next one.
Yeah.
And that really does kind of make me wish they would have just done the TV series.
Yeah, it would have been better, I think.
Yeah.
They had more time.
Yeah. And again, I kept saying to our friend that was watching, it's Camelot and Babylonia are always rated the 2 best stories in FGO. And that's why they're the ones that got the anime treatment. And then Solomon is usually like top 5. I don't remember what really is the 3rd one. Maybe it is Solomon, but yeah. It's usually those...
Sure it's not Shinjuku?
No, Shinjuku was like top 10 maybe, but...
Not in the top 5?
No, for me it is.
Oh.
For me, Shinjuku is probably the 2nd best. I think Camelot is the best story. But Shinjuku was probably my 2nd favorite. And then CCC is my 3rd favorite.
Okay.
So, yeah, CCC was good.
I didn't get to finish.
Oh, first. Oof.
I had I think 20 hours,
Oh.
and I could not beat Horny Nun.
Oh.
Because I couldn't get the perk removers.
The Kiara Punishers?
Yeah, I couldn't get those.
Yeah.
So I was like, yep, missed out on my BB again. But I think you said she comes as like a challenge quest or something.
The main interlude.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah. That's what we were talking about that in the Discord. The only 2 they've done is BB and Santa Altera. So it's like, y'all gonna do this? No? Get wrecked? Okay. Well, you're just gonna stick them into the friend point pool? Okay. Because it's like, who's in the friend point right now? It's like Lily.
Yeah.
and I think Nobu is in there. Nobu Archer, I want to say, maybe.
Well, that'd be good for me because I don't have any Nobus yet. No. At least until Avenger comes in and I maybe get her.
Yeah, which I believe is not too far from now.
And then we got like just a quick, fun little event coming up.
Yeah, it's another one of the murder mystery things,
which I am all right with. More Jalter is all right with me.
You already rolled her though, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I like her in the story segments. Put her in. She's usually pretty funny.
Yeah. After the Orleans story, where it's just kind of like, yeah, and then you see her in like I said, Shinjuku's Jalter is pretty good.
That one, and when she's trying to do like copy Da Vinci's paintings.
Oh, the counterfeit?
Yeah, the counterfeit one.
Yeah.
I liked her in that one.
And then Hawaii.
Yeah. She's just good in like all the event stories that she's been in.
Yeah. I am looking forward to this year's though, Summer 4, and I'm just looking at it too, and I'm like, Summer 4 for me is like probably the best, if not the second best summer lineup, because it's like Summer 2 was like pretty good, but Summer 2's story is kind of like the race. Okay. That's what I'm saying. It did have its moments though. Like you said, your girl Nito Burrito and Scheherazade. It's like, you put minefield, it's okay, I took care of this contingency because I'm Scheherazade, you can die at any moment. So the thing just grew legs. So, yeah, but...
What was it? Summer 2 was what made Nito my top waifu in Fate.
Solid.
Because I came in, I think Summer 1 was on the rerun.
Okay.
And then Summer 2 came up right after. And that was like the first story segment with Nito I think I saw with her in it.
Okay.
Because I don't think I had gotten through Camelot yet.
Okay.
And I don't think you needed to beat Camelot for that, did you?
Mm-mm.
No. Yeah, so that was the first time I'd seen her. And so seeing her little part where she's like trying to get people to join her in the race, I was like, man, I want her to win. So in my segment, she won. I made her win. I rooted for nothing but her. I didn't care what like item was available. I was like, nope, Nito Chris. And Scheherazade.
He was Team Nito Burrito the whole time.
Yes, I was.
Yeah. So that I'm looking forward to the summer, but the Jaltra story should be fun. JP is also tying into Camelot because Camelot 2 is currently going on in theaters right now. So they have the Camelot animation updates, so all the knights got updated. I was like, Gawain got an animation update. I thought he did already, but it's like, no. Everything is meant to look more closely like the movie, and so it was Lancelot's Arndite and all that.
He uses a stick.
Yeah. Makes him look more like his berserker. So the guy that we were watching Camelot with on Discord, and he's just like, he's better with his helmet on, and I was like, yeah, he is. Just put the helmet back on.
I don't know, I like all the knights. I think I'm one of the few who actually likes the knights.
We have our friend too. She likes all the knights. She's a huge knight thing, and she's got all her grails and her items ready to like level 100 Gareth once she arrives at anniversary.
Yeah, Gareth was funny in Summer 3?
Yeah, the Fujoshi.
Yeah.
was it? Oh no, Lancelot, Gawain, you can't do that. What's the next page? You can't do that. Oh my god. Voiced by Toru from Dragon Maid too. So D for Duragon.
Nice.
So, yeah. I honestly, I thought it was gonna be a Waver rerun, a Detective Elmaloy rerun, but I was wrong. So it's another real-time strategy. So I'm like, all right, this is like the second one this year. So because they did the Caesar one, so I'm like, I don't know what to say. It's like, has nobody been programming like events right now? So it's like two versions of Grail Front and 3-point ladder. I don't know. But they could also be transitioning too, because they did just pick up Yoshinori Ono, so he could be kind of learning the ropes and then he can maybe make some innovations to the game. So we'll see. We'll see what
going to be taking over or something.
Yeah, he's the new president.
That was he from Capcom?
Yeah, from Capcom, specifically from Street Fighter and the fighting game division. He's now the new president at Delightworks. So
okay,
we'll see what he comes up with.
Brings in Chun-Li.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd be more interested in Ibuki, but okay.
Sam, Karen, and Ibuki.
Well, of course, Karen. She's an Ojo-sama.
Exactly. But I honestly haven't even finished the current Ojo-sama, and that one ends like tomorrow. So right after we're done with this recording, I'm going back to grinding. So yeah.
Oh, the
Reinas.
Yeah, I gotta get all my copies of Gray. Which pretty much means I gotta do all the what do you call it? Quests.
Did you finish the story?
Yeah, I finished the story. So I got her unlocked. I just need to get the copies.
Oh.
And I've already got her ascended all the way.
Okay.
So I don't need any of the ads.
That's the name of the little block, voiced by Daisuke Ono. Ad. But yeah. And yeah, I was gonna say, what'd you think of the Demon Slayer movie? But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
For now. Yeah, that's all I got for FGO and Camelot and all that. But yeah, once the second movie comes out, we'll do that too. We'll do the viewing party of Camelot 2 as well.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw. They probably somebody probably posted on the Discord, but the Solomon movie comes out on the 15th in Japan.
So in 2 days?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I just saw that on Facebook when I was sitting out in the car.
Oh wow.
So, wow. 2 days in Japan. Well, by the time this is released, it'll already be out in Japan. So,
and everything will be spoiled.
Everything will be spoiled.
Yeah, in case you didn't know it's the ending.
Looking forward to my Endgame Avengers.
Avengers Assemble. Yeah, yeah.
Servants Assemble.
I can't wait for when Jean shows up to confront Solomon, and it's all like, you sent only one saint. And then all the females show up, like Jalter and Nurse and Mordred, and it's like, she's not alone.
No, Mordred would be there. She doesn't see herself as a lady.
Yeah, she'd do it just because she wants to fight. Yeah, and all of them show up. Yeah, and Raiko and Shuten and Ibaraki and all. He's like, oh, she's not alone. Oh man, this is gonna be a fun time discussion.
And Cleo.
And Cleo. Oh man, they're losing to a girl named Froppy. But yeah.
But yeah, okay, yeah. I think that's about all I have for it.
Hell, you know what? We're not even talking about Froppy right now. They're losing to a little brown tan girl named Nagatoro.
She probably bullied them in the corner somewhere.
Yeah. So
made fun of them, made them cry.
she made Solomon. You're just a giant pussy without your rings. Always on your throne by yourself. Is it icky?
Gross, Solomon.
Yeah. Why are you so gross, Solomon? Oh, Nagatoro is great. I can see now why you've been actively reading this.
Yeah. She's amazing. I just always find it funny because every time I know it's the worst place to go to talk, read comments. Mm-hmm. Twitter.
Okay, that's yeah.
Anytime I go on there and somebody's talking about Nagatoro, always people in the comments who seem to stopped watching after episode 1 and think that she is just mercilessly bullying this kid in every episode. And I'm like, no, that was just the first episode. Now it's more playful teasing, mm-hmm. kind of flirty, because she doesn't know how to express her feelings.
Right, absolutely.
But all you got to do is watch episode. What are we on? 5 now?
Yes.
All you got to do is watch episodes 4 and 5 to see how she reacts when her friends get involved.
Yes.
to know that, yeah, she's the only one who gets to tease him.
Don't even touch his hair.
Don't touch his hair. Don't even call him names.
Yeah. Yeah, there's only one cat that can do that.
Yes.
And it ain't you. So yeah, it's interesting because I think I said this kind of the last time too, and definitely more so this episode. Now it's just becoming like full on Uzaki.
Yeah.
So she's definitely ramped down the bullying and all of that, and this is fine. I'm okay with it. It's calmed down a lot, but at the same time too, they're more like tolerant of each other. So
yeah, he's definitely. I mean, he still kind of gets a little nervous.
Yeah.
When she's around, but he's more open to doing some of the things that she suggests. Like when she said that she'd cut his hair. And he was like, oh, well, okay.
Don't call me a sheep.
Right. And then he even yelled at her friends that he promised he'd let her cut his hair.
At Gamo-chan?
Yeah, Gamo and
my
Yoshi.
my waifu.
Gamo's great. And she only does it to mess with Nagatoro, actually.
Right. It's a good counterbalance. I like it.
When they were in the cafeteria, she noticed how she reacted. She's like, oh, this will be fun.
Yes.
So Sanzang being a bully.
Yes. Good. Good. That's can't wait for yeah.
And we still got the one other friend.
Oh yeah, she kind of vanished after Nagatoro wouldn't talk to any of the dudes she was trying to hook her up with.
Yeah, she'll come back. But yeah, she's gonna start kind of teasing the senpai as well.
I like the president, the art club president in the cow print.
Yeah.
But that wasn't official art, though, was it? It was just fan art?
Was that the one that was posted on Discord?
Yes.
Yeah, that was just fan art.
Oh, I was about to say. It was colored, so I thought someone had taken it from the manga and colored it, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm down with this.
But she does wear a bunny girl outfit during, I think it was a marathon run. Yeah, she was wearing one. I'm pretty positive that's why dude in the Discord doesn't like her, because she's willing to show off her body, and it's a body he doesn't like.
She have more than an A cup? Fail.
Because I remember he said that she was worst girl, and I'm not going to get into it because it's spoilery and we haven't gotten there yet, but I'll say it after the series is over, but she's far from that.
And if you are curious, go to join our Discord.
Yeah.
It's the Nagatoro missed Simps. You can't miss it. It's going to be the title of this episode.
Yeah.
Nagatoro missed Simps. Mystic Simps. But it's funny that you bring up the issue of Worst Girl and all that, because with the Komi announcement, which is the big thing that we're going to get into in a bit, but Komi got her anime announcement, and people are like, oh, the gang is all together now, and it's all of them, so it's...
Which I found funny, because 3 of them are people that tease, and then there's Komi.
Right.
It's like, one of these doesn't belong.
Yeah. Takagi, Uzaki, Nagatoro, and Komi. And so they're all like, everyone's all excited and hype, and they're like, oh, the gang's all here now. And yeah, and Komi is like wholesome, and everyone else is like kind of a dick.
Komi's just glad to be included in the gang.
Right. Komi's just like, oh, they're calling me a friend.
I'm included.
Yeah. And it's, yeah, and what it is funny too, because when they did that, and then you go into the comments, and then it's all like, what are you talking about? Oh, there's only two good girls there. And they were like the ones at the end, which would have been Nagatoro and Uzaki. They're all like, they don't deserve to be on there. They're trash. I was like, wow. So, but I'm for it, man. I love it. I love it. Again, we'll go into this when I start dunking on Western comics, but this is what I live for. I live for waifu wars. I love for this engagement among the fans and all of that. And I really thought that was hilarious, how they were just dunking on Uzaki and Nagatoro like that. They were like, the gang's all here, best girls. Nah, only 2 of them are best girls. And it ain't Nagatoro. I was like, wow. And then this ties in what you were saying, too, about how people tapped out after the first episode. So Nagatoro really rubs people the wrong way.
Yeah. Guess it's a lot of people that were bullied.
Yeah. Bringing back a lot of harsh memories. Or maybe they just don't like the noodles.
The noodle arms?
They don't like pasta.
What? But everybody does the noodle arms. Every once in a while, you just got to noodle around.
Yeah, I love that GIF. I use that GIF all the time. That GIF is a blessing. And in episode 5, the most recent episode, we got more of Uesaki Sumire's whistling. So I need that clip. I need to clip that.
Yeah, when she dared him to tickle her,
yeah,
her armpit.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, did the same thing when he was like trying to find her nipples.
Twist the nipples! Twist them!
And she did the exact same thing. You're out of time! And runs off.
Yeah. And that's why, again, I'm like, what's so bad? It's not even bad. It's literally Uzaki. It's Tan Uzaki over here.
Well, we did the comparison last time, didn't we? Where they're practically the same character?
Yes.
Because they're the same height.
Yeah.
The only difference is their age. And Nagatoro is tanned, which I think people still think she's black.
Be in for a rude awakening. You think we're gonna get to the beach episode?
Oh yeah, we'll get to the beach episode.
Oh, they're gonna be triggered.
Even if they gotta skip a couple things, they'll get there because you gotta have a beach episode.
Hey,
get all the girls there, and dude,
and dude.
I think his name's Naota or something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
yeah. What was it? Somebody mentioned that in the comments on Facebook, and one dude was like, "I've been reading this manga since the beginning, and I didn't even know his name."
Fantastic. Was it? And then 5 episodes in, they finally exchanged contact info.
Yeah.
So
got the line information. It's a line, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it got those animated stickers.
Yeah.
Gross. Perv. Yeah. Perv. And then it was whatchamacallit. I like the cat motif. At first I didn't understand it, but now I kind of get it. She's like
very cat-like.
Yeah. Like comes in and just messes with you and then runs away and all of that. So, although to be fair, my cat doesn't pretend to whistle either.
The cat thing is going to be a big part of it soon.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like it's going to start making more like appearances and stuff like that. As far as like comparing her to a cat.
Okay. Funny enough, that's also the same thing with Komi. Komi also gets like cat ears and all of that, so it's skittish like a cat essentially.
Oh, is that what that's supposed to be like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've seen the cat ears before.
Yeah.
On like memes and even like just images of her.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Not your cat though.
No, my cat. Once he knows you're not a threat, he'll just come and annoy the hell out of you. So.
Well, he couldn't today because I had food everywhere.
Yeah.
He's looking for his place to jump on the table and beg for petting, but he's asleep right now on your couch.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna start calling him Pyson.
Pyson.
Yeah. He's gross, icky, yuck. But yeah, no, it's yeah. For me, I think that we'll see. I think that this episode, the most recent one, episode 5, might be the peak. So it'll be interesting to see. Do you think? For me, I think that people might drop off now because it feels too Uzaki-ish. But what do you think? You think people should stick around? You think people are going to stick around? You think there's more interesting stuff about to happen, or?
Well, from what I've seen from people's reactions to the last episode, I think they'll be sticking around at least for a little longer. Because it does get like more interesting, especially the closer the two of them get.
Okay.
Most of like the really close stuff will be like maybe like a second season or something, but yeah, it becomes less. Well, they're still going to be teasing, but she's going to be like helping him out a bit more and stuff. with certain things. That might draw more people in because then they're going to see that she's not actually as bad as they first thought. I mean, all you had to do was... Never mind. I've gotten into that a bunch. So, yeah, just pay attention more, people. Actually read between the lines.
You heard the man.
And you would have noticed that she's not that bad.
Yeah, it really was. The first one is like, oh, he almost cried, and then it came out that, well, actually he has a bullied fetish. So, it was just that he wasn't being bullied by the right kind of person.
Yeah.
So, and, I still remember when she was at the restaurant with her friend, and she's just like, these guys suck. So, it's like, wow. So,
yeah, if she's there, just like, you're about to get mercilessly bullied and see what she's going to do to you. And she did worse.
Yeah.
Because she didn't bully, she just told them the truth.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead. You were going to say something.
Oh, who did that? Who was somebody that was like that? That they killed with their honesty or something, or they would like the bitch queen or something. I don't know. There's somebody that was like that. I don't know, man.
Another anime?
Yeah, it was another waifu. But
something recent or?
Yeah, something recent. Oh, I don't even remember. But I'm drawing blanks because my mind is still on like Nagatoro and Komi right now, so it's like everybody else is just kind of like I can't remember.
Right.
But yeah, it was like she was a bitch queen, but to the dude that she liked, she was all cutesy and yeah, but
yeah. So assumed it.
Yeah, kind of. But yeah, man, I can see now why this is popular, why you've been reading it, why other people are reading it, and she definitely deserves to be up there with Takagi and Uzaki, and it is definitely the evolution.
Yeah.
And people say that, oh, I don't like it, she's too aggressive and all that, or all, and if they haven't been watching the other shows, then definitely they wouldn't be a fan of this.
Right.
So.
Because it all falls under the same genre.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it's also endearing too, because just like how Uzaki was obnoxious and all of that, but she was like, she knew how to cook, she knew how to clean, she knew how to be entertaining. She was good too at video games, right?
Yeah, she was a gamer.
Yeah, so she had traits, she had skills.
Yeah, unless she was stuck, and even if you're sick, she'll bother you.
Right.
How do I beat this boss?
Right. Priorities. Yeah. And people don't they don't get that. They don't accept that, and it's sad. It's sad. So, when people cut the show short, they don't give it a chance, they're just like, oh, she's just a jerk, and I don't see how that's appealing. It's like, no, you gotta understand that in the general scheme of things, that's why they always say, nice guys finish last and all of that. And, women don't want doormats. They want dudes that will be confident and, take care of them. And so that's why you don't be a dick. You don't need to be all senpai from Uzaki on a female or Kazuma. But, also don't treat them like they're dainty little fragile pieces of paper. They can stand on their own.
You mean girls don't want a Kazuma?
Those orc ladies did from the movie. So yeah, I was thinking about that too when I was thinking of the state of comics. That's why I wanted to tie into Nagatoro, and it was like even in something as not even divisive but divisive as Nagatoro, it's still better than anything else that's coming out on the Western comics front. That's why I was going to lead in to my next rant through Nagatoro, but yeah. So I think that my closing thought on Nagatoro is. You're saying that there is more to come, and we're on what? So this week will be episode 6. We're at the halfway mark.
Yeah.
So, do you think we're going to get a second season?
I hope so.
Okay.
I mean, there still seems to be a lot of people who enjoy it.
Okay.
I do see more people actually liking the series than those that don't. Like, I remember when it first came out, I thought there was going to be a big backlash because of the first episode. Because I remember telling you that she's kind of mean in the first one, but then it tones down, and I figured that the first episode would get like who was it that had a big controversy other than Uzaki? It was Uzaki, kind of like an Uzaki situation, but it didn't happen. So there were still people who were kind of being overly sensitive about it, which is how I put it, but not as many as I thought. It was mostly positive, and I think the majority of people are enjoying the show because they've either actually read the manga and know what's going on,
right,
or those that are just picking it up are smart and can read in between the lines and see what's actually going on. And not these people who are like, well, if he does end up liking her, it's just Stockholm Syndrome. Because there's no way he can actually like this girl. It's like, yeah, well, I mean, she helps him out, too.
Yeah.
She's not just picking on him.
Yeah, absolutely. She cut his hair.
Bought
him ice cream.
Bought him ice cream.
Yeah.
She does start trying to help with his confidence and all that. So it's a mutual you help me, I help you kind of relationship.
I slap the shit out of you, and I give you confidence.
Yeah, exactly. Call you gross.
And then I give you my number.
Yeah.
It works.
I mean, Uzaki, she didn't like tease really. I mean, she did, but it wasn't like super aggressive. It was just that some people kind of found her voice annoying and stuff like that. I mean, I didn't, but
yeah,
that and the whole it's a little kid thing, despite the fact that she's 20. And she had her 20th birthday in the show.
Yep. And legal drinking age.
But if you like her, you're a pedophile. So, yeah. That was the big thing with Uzaki. With Nagatoro, she mercilessly bullies this kid, and if he does end up liking her, it's Stockholm Syndrome. No, it's not.
These are the same people that love Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Disney's Beauty and the Beast.
I like Beauty and the Beast, though. Although my favorite's Aladdin, so whatever.
My favorite is Snow White, because she didn't give consent.
Ah. I was reading about that. Is that the one that was getting canceled because of that?
Yes, sir. So, and now that we segue into the state of... No, really. Yeah, no, go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done. We can segue in.
Yeah, no, that's one of them. So, the whole thing is why I keep doing this, too, is because, and we were talking offline before this, and, almost every weeb got their start in some form of Western comics. X-Men, Spider-Man, Batman, pick one. And over time, it kind of just evolved from that into, somebody being like, oh, dude, Dragon Ball Z. And then from there, just pick your adventure, choose your adventure.
Mm-hmm. You topped off at Dragon Ball, and then you had to find stuff that just kind of matched.
Yeah, exactly. And you just kind of went down the path.
Because, you can't top Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it's just pinnacle of the mountain, man. So, we'll get to that too. Yeah, and so here we are in 2021 now, and again, congratulations to Komi. Komi Can't Communicate has been announced as getting its anime. There's still people out there that are claiming it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's even got a date. They said it's coming out in October. Komi's voice actress is Koga Aoi, who is Kaguya, and Paimon from Genshin Impact. So, nandayo! So that, Koga Aoi, dumb Kaguya, still my favorite moment. Don't care, still dumb Kaguya is the best. But yeah, and I love Roman's reaction. Did you read the manga? Did you read Komi Can't Communicate the manga?
I did not.
Okay. Because I thought your reaction was the best. It's like, so does she actually talk at all, or is she just kind of Nezuko the whole time? And I was like, yeah, that's a good question. It's the best way to put it. For any normies, she's just kind of like, and here's your 5 million yen paycheck. So you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. She suffers. Well, unlike Nezuko, she's not a demon. She's actually a cat. And no, she just suffers from a bunch of forms of like social anxiety, and so everyone is all like, she's not really being she doesn't have a disease, but she's just too cool. She's just too cool to talk, and she's so gorgeous. She's just not talking to you because you're beneath her. Look how much of a princess she is. And then it turns out, just like, because it's anime, she's actually like, I just want to talk to people, but my anxiety won't let me talk to people. And I feel like a dick. And so that's why I don't want to hang out with people, because I don't want them to feel bad, because I'm so socially anxious, I can't talk to you. But I want to talk to you. So, like, right there. So, you see, I'm showing Roman in the manga, because I bought volume 1. That's where I stopped. But you can see she's trying. So just picture Kaguya going, ho, 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 ho. So, and so she does, to her credit, she does beat Nezuko in things that she says. Trying to find another scene. There. She goes again. She's trying to say, let's be friends. So let's be. So she makes more noises than Nezuko, than Kito Akari did as Nezuko. So hopefully that answers Roman, or addresses Roman's question in some form. But that's what it is. And so, just like Nagatoro, she's surrounded by a cast of colorful characters. That all are just all like, oh, she's not really being a jerk, and she's not really a cool queen. She really is just anxious. And it turns out the whole school is a bunch of freaks, too. So it's all the freaks, and then they're all like, oh, yeah, looks like Komi's not just one of us, so she's just really a normal person, so. And I can already tell you, we all know who Roman's favorite character, who Roman's wife was going to be.
Was there a masochist?
Yes. I don't want to be her friend. I wouldn't mind being her dog. I'll be super faithful. So this is, was it Kagari, I think was her name? So, yeah. Want to be friends, and then she says, no way, I wouldn't mind being her dog. So, yeah, she doesn't want to be friends. She wants you to abuse her.
Nice.
So you want a goofy picture of me for your wallpaper? So, Agari, that's her name. It was Agari. Yeah. So
nice.
So that's it's gonna be fun. It should be interesting. And also, I know that you're reading the 100 Girlfriends manga, the harem manga, but that's her goal too. Is she wants to make 100 friends.
She wants to make 100 friends.
Yeah, and I don't know what's the magic behind 100. Maybe it has to do with Japanese culture. That was something we skipped, obviously. But 100 seems to be the magic number.
Yeah. What was it? I think there was another anime I saw.
Where 100?
Where the dude wanted to make 100 friends.
Was it Haganai?
No, it wasn't Haganai. Although, I think he wanted to do the same, didn't he?
I think so, yeah.
It was called Sexy Commando Gaiden.
Why does that sound familiar?
It's like, I think it's pretty much like a 15-minute parody type anime where the dude, he like, the Sexy Commando is like a martial art where basically you just do something so outlandish that it makes everybody drop their guard so that you can beat them with like a single punch.
This is an older show?
Yeah, it's an older show.
Yeah, okay.
And I know in one of the first chapters, the dude pulls like a pigeon out of his pants or something. Like he just unzips his fly and then a pigeon head pops out. And yeah, then he beats the guys that are trying to fight him.
Fair, okay.
It's a weird anime, but it's funny. I forget, I saw it about back when I was in the military.
Oh, okay.
That was back in like 2005, I think.
And it's still better than most of the stuff that you'd read in comic books these days, in American comics. But yeah, and that's yeah. The trailer's out for Komi. Animation looks solid. Like I said, the voice acting was pretty much there. Who did they say? It was the dude Tadano. He's voiced by oh man, it's another isekai guy, and it's not Subaru. It's not, and it's definitely not Yoshitsugu. It's not Kirito.
From an isekai?
I want to say yes. Yeah, I can't recall. He's not. He's like a B-level actor though. He's not like super like big, all of that. But
this could be his big.
Shinra. It was Shinra from Fire Force. That's who it was.
Shinra.
The main character.
The
main character of Fire Force, Shinra. Arthur actually was voiced by Subaru. So Arthur from Fire Force.
He was voiced by Subaru?
He was voiced by Subaru. I thought that was pretty funny.
Wow.
But yeah, the main dude that voices Shinra is going to be this dude, the main guy, Tatano. And then I don't know who voices the trap character, but yeah. So, and then yeah.
That'll be dude's favorite until he finds out it's a trap.
Oh yeah, we shouldn't say anything. Don't say anything. Yeah. Oh, and she doesn't have a big chest either. Oh, he'll love her.
Right? What was it? That manga that Sakiel posted on the Discord last night. It was like Die High or something, whatever.
Yep.
I clicked on the link. It was a bunch of dudes wearing skirts and wearing Thigh High socks.
Okay.
And I tagged him in it.
Okay.
Like, hey, you'll like this one. They're all mostly flat. And I think I would have got away with him clicking on it, but Sakio put like laughing emotes and stuff, and I was like,
spoiled it. Oh, gave it away.
He was like, based on the emotes, I'm going to guess they're either traps or lollies. I didn't lie to him. I said they're not traps or lollies.
Yeah.
There's no way you're going to mistake this for a girl.
Touche. I know you're not wrong. However,
right.
So, and you know this, and this is what brings me to my next point, man. And this is what I told you in chat when we were prepping for this podcast. And I was like, dude, see, this is this discussion, the laughing and the having fun and messing around with each other. This is the joy that's sparked in the anime and manga community, and it's completely lost on all Western entertainment right now. And I like I said, I mess with Marvel, DC, but it's Star Wars, Star Trek, and Doctor Who. They're just consistently pissed off, man. And it sucks because that's what a lot of my friends are into. And then obviously a lot of the guys that I watch on YouTube, you know, because I work with at a cubicle, so they let us listen to YouTube or music or whatever. Yeah. So I always got them playing, you know, in the side of my ear while I'm typing away. And it's just all typing about how like this superhero now has to be this gender, or they have to be this sexuality, or they have to be this race or color. And it's like, what? And and we watch anime and manga and all of that, and it's like you just said, it's dudes wearing thigh highs and skirts, and it's like ha 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 ha, or it's like Komi, and there's a dude in there, he's all like, I'm a girl. He's like, I thought you were a boy. It's like, whatever. And then some dudes actually were hitting on the character. So yeah. So like, right here, this dude right here. So like, Najimi, be my gal. I can't. I'm a boy. That was fast. So yeah, it's stuff like that. We just laugh and we're just having fun with it. And then it's all like, if we share this to anyone that's like, blue hair Twitter mark, they're just all like, that's it's homophobic, it's transphobic. It's like, trans? What part of that did you say was trans? It's like, well,
if anything, it's a cross-dresser.
Yeah, and the character actually doesn't even think that far. It's kind of more like a Mr. Manhattan thing, where it's kind of like gender is beyond them because they just want to be, fit in with other people because they enjoy being around other people. So they do it to fit in. And it's not even a negative thing because this person actually has, according to this Volume 1, has over 5 million friends. And this Najimi still is in contact with their friends from like grade school. So, yeah, and it's treated as just a funny thing. Just don't think too hard with it. Just roll with it. Like, that's the thing. Is like, Komi sucks at making friends. However, Najimi can be either a boy or a girl and just makes friends. That's the joke. That's the punchline. That's the character trait. It's not even that, well, Nagini has to be trans, so they have to act like this. And it's like, what? Who thought of that? Who said that? And it's like, you know what? Y'all deserve to get whooped by this chick named Froppy.
I remember, what was it? When the third, I think it was the third, How to Train Your Dragon movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
And all the people on Twitter were mad that Toothless wasn't gay.
What?
Because the female dragon shouldn't be a female. It should be a gay dragon.
Who thinks like this? Who thinks like this? Oh my goodness. What? What?
There's like those people who try to force their pets to be vegan. It's like, you do know cats and dogs need to eat meat, right?
Yeah.
It's part of their diet.
Yeah, no, kitty, have some cheese. What? They couldn't eat cheese because it's made from animals. So,
Okay.
but yeah, have some almond cheese, almond milk cheese.
The problem is that the U.S. is too focused on trying to appease everybody that they don't even focus on trying to make it good or fun.
Correct.
Like you said, every time you see an article about like Marvel or DC, it's this character's bi, or this character is gay or trans, or this is the newest LGBTQ plus hero, or it's like, who cares? Just write a good character, and nobody's going to even care if they're gay or straight or bi or whatever.
Right.
Just make a good character. That's all we want, is good characters.
I want to say that back in the 90s, when X-Men and all them were at their peak, and in some words actually, some would say even their decline.
Right.
When they would do like a new character, like remember when the Heroes Reborn came out, and like everybody was being reimagined and all of that. Yeah. I remember they would almost treat them like baseball cards, where you would see like the new character, and then it would be like their alias or their code name, their superhero name would be like at the top, and then alongside would be their stats.
Yeah,
it would be like height, weight, powers. Maybe like hair color, eye color, but it would be like their stats. And then powers. It was like, boom. And then after that, then you would kind of learn about their backstory a little bit. They were... Like Psylocke. Psylocke was a ninja trained, and then ended up in an accident, had to be crossbred with Betsy Braddock, and now became Psylocke. But, they would say, like, origin, and then height, weight, and then power, psychic knife. It would say stuff like that. Like, that's what they let off with. But now instead the header is all like, new gay Captain America. And it's like, what? And then they're like, well, it's not actually the Captain America, but it's actually one of like Captain Americas throughout America who's emulating Captain America. And it was like, isn't that what Cap said? Was that you don't need to do it because I'll do it. That's my job. That's what it means to be an American, is people like me stand up for you and your right to live freely. Or am I mistaken?
I don't know.
it's the. I mean, for sure that was what Batman said. Remember in Dark Knight, what separates you from me? Oh, no, wearing hockey pants. And so it was like, I don't read manga and watch anime because I want to see somebody be me. I want them to be different. I'm already me. I don't want you to be me. I'll be me. You go be you. And do, Tanjiro and fucking chop a train in half.
Right.
Damn, that's what I want. So, I'm me. I want you to be Kenshiro, and I want you to punch a tank. That's what I want.
And make it blow up.
Yes. I want you to go up to the super fat guy who you can't punch through his fat. So you kick so far, so fast, you reveal his soft underbelly, and then you kick that, you punch that, and cause him to explode.
His soft nougaty center.
Yes. That's what I want. I don't want you to be me. I want you to do that, because I can't do that.
The funny thing is, like you said, I think in one of the other podcasts when we discussed this, is that manga has been adding characters like that forever.
Yeah.
And they don't have to announce it.
Nope.
And people just accept them.
Yep.
But over here, they seem to think that they have to announce it and parade it around, and then people are going to be like, "Oh, good for you."
Yeah.
No. Just follow what manga's doing.
Yeah.
Just put them in. If they happen to be gay, okay.
So be it.
If they happen to be bi, trans, we got trans characters in My Hero Academia, and nobody cares because they're just there. They're characters,
right?
And they have their, and I'm sure people have them as their favorites,
right?
I mean, he's pretty cool actually, but you don't have to like parade it around and like wave it in my face just to make me feel like I'm a horrible person if I don't like this character.
Specifically for those qualifications.
Yeah.
Specifically for those traits, I should say.
And if you don't like that character, you're automatically labeled a homophobe.
Yep.
Or a transphobe. Or whatever phobe you are.
First by the community, and then by the people that made the character.
Yeah.
So it would be like you're a Coke guy, and so then it would be like you being like, well, you don't like us at Pepsi because you're racist.
Yeah.
What?
That is exactly it.
Like what? What?
I don't like that you had a white Michael Jackson, advertising your product.
Right. That's right. That's right. You had racially confused?
Yes.
Yeah.
Racially confused Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that's your spokesperson. Yeah, it's a mess, and this all came about because again I've been watching these guys. They're doing backflips right now. My guys on YouTube, and I tell Roman and I tell a bunch of guys that I play FGO with, and other guys, some of the guys. They actually work at a comic shop out here in the Bay Area, and I keep saying, I'm all like, guys, I can't wait till you guys stop being a comic shop and just become a manga shop. And then over the weekend, they messaged the chat. They're like, oh wow, we actually have weebs in here. They're asking, where's the Fate merch? And I'm just laughing, and I'm like, it's happening. It's happening because, the manga is, again, we're not perfect. Manga and anime community, far from perfect. Also video games, too. Yeah. I kept wanting to bring in, Resident Evil. I don't know if you saw this one, but someone put this picture up. Oh, man, come on. This is from the McDonald's drive-thru. We are short-staffed. Please be patient with the staff who did show up. Thanks to giant vampire wife, nobody wants to work anymore. Thank you, management. But I don't want to use the video game thing too. But weeb games like that, like Resident Evil, yeah, it's the same thing. Again, Capcom's not probably the best one because they're way corporate than anything. But at the same time too, when they know that what they're doing. They do it, and it works. It resonates with the audience. People buy it. Everyone wins. Someone said it best, too. They were like, remember the good old days when we didn't want the corporations to take our money? And now it's like, we want them to take our money? It's all like, please, give me something worth buying, and I will give you money. And they're like, nah, we're going to virtue signal. So it's like, oh my God. All right.
I have money to spend. Just give me something to spend it on.
Well, man, you know what? I'm gonna go watch this this kid on a train. He's gonna cut in half, and his sister goes murph, and the main hero of the movie is a doofus, but he's a badass doofus. And it was worth watching that in the theaters. I know that we did a watch party, and it was the hand cam version, but absolutely worth paying for it. And I'm probably going to talk to Roman, whose store is open, by the way, because it's weeb time. It's weeb time, baby. And I'm going to get what's his face, the Nendo, and the main dude. I keep forgetting his name.
Tanjiro?
Not Tanjiro. Flame Hashira.
Rengoku.
Thank you. I keep wanting to say something else, but yeah, you're going to have to get me his Nendo, or if not, I'll point me in the right direction. But I'm definitely going to pick up his Nendo. Cool. And that actually ties into the next thing too, because it was like you see all of this, that they're going through in the Western media front, and you look at us in the anime and the manga side, and it's like Demon Slayer is just killing it right now, and then they announced the season 2, and then we got Overlord season 4 and a movie announcement, and then we got JoJo Part 6, and it was all like Demon Slayer, everyone's hype. Overlord, everyone's hype. JoJo Part 6, everyone's hype. Komi gets in an anime. Everyone's hype. MCU Phase 4. Crickets. Absolute crickets. Why Shang-Chi gotta be rated PG-13? After they tried to cancel him too because he made fun of their queen, Nicki Minaj.
He did?
Yeah, he said that he thought he was what did he say? He thought he was listening to pigeons in the park or something, but it turns out it was a Nicki Minaj song. That's kind of funny. You know, Roman laughed.
That's funny.
So, and he deleted the tweet and apologized.
See, that's the problem. Is that too many people apologize nowadays.
Yeah.
Gives all these people power, thinking that they can make anybody do it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I said with our the two queens of anime right now, Aoyuki and Uesaka Sumire, as long as they don't apologize or bend the knee.
That's why I like that artist that on Twitter that does the Nagatoro.
The Nagatoro, mm-hmm.
Because he was like, forget you, I'm going to make whatever I want, and if you don't like it, you can go F yourself.
Yeah, piss off.
He was like, I need to go draw more dark-skinned Nagatoro now.
No, was it light-skinned Nagatoro?
Yeah, well, I don't know. One of the two.
Yeah.
I need to go draw more light-skinned Nagatoro.
Yeah, it was light-skinned Nagatoro, and then, he was getting blasted.
Oh, yeah, because people were getting upset because they thought she was black.
Right.
And they're like, why are you whitewashing her?
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not.
No, and he actually put the comparison photos up.
Yeah, this is her actual skin color.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
I told you, people think she's black for whatever reason. Just because you're tan doesn't mean you're a nationality.
Right.
She goes out into the sun. She likes to swim. She does sports.
You need to put that on a shirt. Just because you're tan doesn't make you a nationality.
Right?
That needs there it is. Anime and manga solving the issues that used to be solved by Superman, Batman, X-Men, Professor X, Spider-Man.
Well, because I mean, the big go-to is they're black.
Right.
But you could also be Mexican,
right.
Puerto Rican, Cuban,
Haitian,
Colombian, Haitian,
yeah, absolutely,
Jamaican, whatever.
Absolutely, yeah.
There's all kinds of different nationalities that are tan colored.
Mm-hmm.
Some people just have a tan.
Mm-hmm.
Some people just like to go out in the sun.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah.
But some people do.
And funny enough, not even going that far, in the Japan's own region, many people from the southern islands, including like Okinawa, they're very tanned because they're closer to the equator.
Yeah.
It's just science. It's science, biology combined.
Helps with the sun.
Yeah. You're just closer to the equator. That's where the sun's UV rays are hitting. And then you obviously move up closer to the poles, and the UV rays kind of back off a little bit, and that deals with the Earth's tilt, and then the UV rays and the seasons and all that. So I just finished Oceans, and we were talking about UV rays and all of that, so that's where all this is coming from. But
okay.
But the bottom line is, yes, there are Japanese people that are tanned and have a higher chance of being tanned based on the region that they're born in. It's just science. They love science, right? So,
now that's not to say Nagatoro is Okinawan.
No, not at all. It does happen in the Japanese region.
It does,
and it's not that they're imported from darker nations or nations that produce darker melatonin-based skins. It's not it at all. There is a character-based reason why her skin is tanned, and that's because she is part of the swim club. She's a swimmer. This most recent episode, she was in her swimsuit.
Yeah.
Underneath her school uniform.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an outdoor activity. Seems like the school's not that rich to have an indoor pool. So,
these people are going to lose it when she actually wears her swim,
her two-piece?
Her two-piece.
Oh, glory days.
Her bikini, I guess, would be the term.
Yes. Two-piece bikini.
And then they're going to be like, they're whitewashing Nagatoro.
Yes.
They're like, you didn't like that she was black and a bully. You should be happy.
It's actually a good point. That's the
I've seen that comment before where they're like, I don't like that she's black and bullying this kid. It's like, what?
Hashtag stop Asian hate. Oh, it's just a joke, man. It's just a joke. It's an absolute joke. And again, it's because people don't have a cause of their own, on their own. And again, that's why we used to have the superheroes. They were the ones who gave us the cause. It was always, defeat injustice. And then all of a sudden we stopped believing that Red Skull was the supervillain, and we thought that the injustice was, not being attended to right away at McDonald's. And it was like, what? No!
Not calling me by the right pronoun.
Yeah, no. No. And as a result of that, and because people just kept insisting on bringing in real-life elements into fiction, it blew up in their face. And it's fallen apart now. So, and as Roman is now pointing out, now people are flocking to shows like Nagatoro. And Komi Can't Communicate, and Overlord, and Demon Slayer, and Boku Hero. And was it Higahoi or whatever? The one with the chick that showed up at the dude's doorstep?
Yeah. I don't remember the name. It's something
Higuro.
like
Higahiro.
That's it.
And he refused. She's all like, bang me, I'm a prostitute. And he's like, I'm not going to bang you. Oh, he loves me. And then there you go.
That's how it works.
Yep. So.
Got to work for it.
Yeah. So
in these pants, you got to work for it.
That's right. And off the list, too, Isekai Quartet Season 3, I kept forgetting. They announced that as well.
Yeah, that's been announced for a while. They announced that at the end of Season 2, but they didn't give a date.
Yeah.
Is there a date now?
I don't think so. I think they reiterated that after the Overlord announcement. And then that was relevant, too, because, again, Ain's Overlord, he's voiced by Rengoku. So I thought that was a nice tie-in. That after the dude voiced Rengoku, and it was like, best-selling movie. They said it was the best movie or best grossing movie of 2020, if I'm not mistaken. And then he's, now he's voicing Ainz again in Season 4 and in a movie. And it's like, the hits just keep coming, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all like, they earned it. They put in the work. They're like, we're just going to focus on making the best product. And they execute, and that's it. They don't care. They don't care about politics. They don't care about racial and gender diverse, any of that. And then on top of that too, even if you wanted to play that game, which I always find myself doing and justifying my rants, 2 of those titles I just said everyone was hyped about, female leads. Komi, female. JoJo Part 6, Jolene, female. Half of those hyped shows are female led. There's your gender diversity.
Yeah.
So, get wrecked. Absolutely get fucked. I feel bad. I feel bad for the guys because we were watching, like I said, Neurotic before we began recording this, and he was getting mad. I was happy he was talking about anime and Roman heard it because, Roman's just like, Steve's over here gonna bash the SJWs again. It's like, fuck yeah, man. They irritated me back in the day when they said the girls in Senran Kagura should put sweaters on. That's when you made an enemy out of me. That's what triggered me.
They should, but they should be skin-tight sweaters. That would be a slap to their face.
In
You're like, rain. You wanted this.
In the rain.
Yeah, in the rain.
In wet. So that was...
The beach.
Yes. I mean, Senran Kagura, the clothes explode anyways after you take enough damage, so that sweater's not going to last long. So.
Nah, but, I mean, it's there.
Yeah. It's the thought that counts.
Like, look, you got the sweaters. It's not our fault that we made them, so you can see their boobs more.
Yeah.
Accentuates the body.
Yeah. And yeah, and it's like, and I don't know when the cell came about, and they keep trying to come back like Gremlins or something. They keep trying to come back, and it's all like, no! So that's why I'm so always bringing this up, because I just got to slap him back down, because it's like, no, we're not having it. Not having it, man. She's a tanned girl that slaps the shit out of senpai, and if you don't like it, sorry. But that's the way it is.
Yeah.
So, and the fact that these shows, too, Komi, Nagatoro, I want to say Uzaki as well, all started as just, like, Pixiv comics. They weren't backed by, like, big light novel developers or publishers or anything like that. It was dudes just doing little four-panel comics.
For Koma?
Yeah. And now, look, now they got animes, big budgets, voice actors, the whole nine. Merch. Yeah. So that's why I pulled out my manga and started reading it again, because I was like, and someone's over there, no, this doesn't support the industry. You have to buy the DVDs and Blu-rays. I'm like, bullshit! Suck my balls! Yeah! So I'm like, no. So I'm like, that's why I buy pretty much everything else but the DVDs and the Blu-rays. Especially given how awful that the American voice acting industry is right now. So, and I know everyone's gonna be like, not all, but you know exactly who the worst offenders are, and I don't want to hear it.
And they're in all of your favorite anime.
Right. So that was hilarious how they announced the new Dragon Ball Z movie and all that. And it's like, and I was going to ask you about that too. That they announced a new Dragon Ball Z movie, and they're all like, and it's going to be a Broly movie, and it's like, aren't they all? Don't they have any other plot points other than Broly?
Nobody said anything about Broly.
I thought, yeah, did they say the next movie's going to be Broly?
No. There's no details yet about the movie. Just that it's coming. And that there's going to be a surprise character.
Broly.
Maybe.
Come on. So I was just like, yeah, dude. Yeah.
But right now there's no real details about it. Just that Akira Toriyama's going to be involved. So it's probably going to be canon. And I think it comes out next year.
Okay.
Or maybe in the next couple of years. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
And then hopefully, after that, we get a continuation of the Dragon Ball Super anime. Because everybody's been wanting that.
They didn't finish it?
Well, they ended it at the tournament arc. Like, after that ended.
Okay.
And the manga has been going since then. There's been, like, 2 arcs since that ended.
Okay.
The last arc was pretty good. This one, I don't know how I feel about the dude who's supposedly the villain. Although he doesn't seem like a villain to me. He just wants revenge on Frieza. But
what's wrong with that?
nothing really. But they're trying to pit him against Goku and Vegeta because some of the bad guys are like, oh, he's just causing problems and we need to get rid of him. And then he used the Dragon Balls to make himself all powerful. So it's like, I don't know if I like that. The fact that you had to get your power through a wish.
Can he beat Goku, though?
We're about to see because they're going to fight soon.
There you go. See, look at that. Look. Remember when they used to do stuff like that? When they used to have setups? And it used to be like, well, it's dumb, but I'm still interested. I'm going to find out.
Yeah.
You know.
Dragon Ball still does it. It's the formula. Everybody knows what to expect when you watch Dragon Ball. And those that want anything else, go watch something else.
Yeah, and
Dragon Ball's not going to change.
And what's funny too is that you could actually say that about anime and manga in general. It's all formulaic. When's the last time something like truly genre defining has even come out? I know a lot of people want to say like Wonder Egg Priority, so I can't speak much to that. So I haven't seen it, but I mean, you know, I know that for instance, what was it on Monday, the singing show,
Singing?
the one that you were watching on Netflix. Tuesdays? It was Tuesday. Glory and Tuesday or whatever?
Carol and Tuesday.
Carol and Tuesday. Thank you. I'm sorry. That one is like, yeah, it's cool and all that, but it's also kind of structured like like an idol show. So it's still a singing contest, but it was great. Everyone loved it. And it's formulaic, but it works. And they keep doing it. The Japanese just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And then they're like, "The Spider-Man sucks." It's like, which one? There's like 14 of them right now. 14 comic books, all running. And it's like, but in the meantime, you know, Tanjiro's no different than Deku, who's no different than Naruto, who's no different than Luffy, who's no different than Goku, who's no different than Kenshiro, see, who's no different than Jotaro. But people love the shows. They keep coming back. Again, Overlord just got announced for season 4. JoJo's on part 6. People still hype.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Star Wars, by the way, Star Wars The Bad Bunch. Freddie Prinze Jr. is a twat. Oh, and your pilot is a rock. After they said the Force can only be used through like, it can't be used by non-living objects. So then they put the rock, they allow it to be Force sensitive. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, but they made twin Sith Lords as LGBT month.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. And I was like, wait, I thought, no, if they were Sith, that makes sense. But the Jedi, that was the whole issue with Anakin. Because the Jedi can't be, like, romantically involved. They have to be celibate.
Like a priest.
Yeah, like a monk. Exactly. So it was like, that was why it was so taboo of what he did with Padme or Panda Bear or whatever her name was.
Jane Foster.
Yeah. Femthor. Can't wait for that. Oh, that'll be fun. Man. Yeah. Yeah, but that was, it's all that mattered, man. It's just that representation. And then I said, well, I shouldn't talk smack because I don't want to be labeled a rockophobe. Or was it a claimophobe or a gravel supremacist?
They all sound pretty correct.
The guy that I was telling that to, he goes, "Don't give him ideas." I was like, I don't know what to tell. I was like, take your fandom back, man. Get these weirdos out, or be proactive about it. Don't let them in, like me. Laugh at them, man, because it's a joke. It's all like you're getting mad at a chick that has social talking anxiety disorder, and she literally grows cat ears. In the first volume that I read, she goes to Starbucks because the androgynous chick is all like, go to Starbucks and order me this drink that'll help you get over your phobia, your disorder. And instead, the barista just gives her a drink, and they're all like, "This isn't the drink that I ordered." And then Komi looks like she's about to cry, and they're like, "Oh, no!" So it's stuff like that. I mean, hell, Kaguya is getting a third. Was it a movie, a live action, and an animated?
Oh, I thought they were getting OVA.
Was it an OVA? Oh, it's definitely an OVA. It's definitely an OVA, and that one looks to be just all fan service.
Which is fine with me.
Absolutely fine. But you couldn't do that in Western comics.
No.
Unless it was like man boobs.
Because then, how dare you show female bodies?
That's right.
Make them look attractive.
That's right.
Because most of the women that are saying that aren't attractive. So, yeah,
I think that's why I love
Ino
Miko so much. Because she's that SJW. You know the fun police, Ino Miko?
Oh. Ha.
Yeah, she is the fun police.
The one that deserved to be bullied.
I mean, that's why it's so fun. So, but that's why I'm like, hey, don't you bully her? And I'm like, bully.
She's at her best when she's getting bullied.
She's being traumatized when she's walking in on Kaguya and President, and when they're locked in the storeroom.
Yeah.
See when it's a good one, looks like a good show, and everyone's laughing and having a good time, and everyone's just like, your wife is trash. No, your wife is sucks. But at the end of the day, no one's getting fired or losing their job because you preferred Chica over Kaguya. You know? And no one cared that, like, why is Ino Miko so pale? Why can't she be a darker skin color? You know? You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh because it's so sad.
Yeah.
And then Boku Hero and Demon Slayer are just killing it in American graphic novel sales. They're just killing the charts, and it's like, well, what can you do? Oh man, this is great. This is great. But yeah, people are starting to take notice. And again, this is why I have to reinforce the gates, because like I said, look at the Discord. Everybody is like, 1 minute y'all are like, Ruka sucks, and I'm like, no, y'all suck. And then the next minute it's all like, who wants Vamp Mommy? Well, I'll take Vamp Mommy. Roman can have the daughter.
Yeah, well, you said you were going to NTR me.
Yeah, because
take one of the daughters of Tanaka Rie.
Yeah.
And I was like, "There's 3 of them. You could have that one, and just keep the other 2. You don't have to do no NTR."
It's like the waifu war. It's like we need to do that. We need to have the UN conference, that table meme where it's like everyone's around discussing who's best girl, and then at the bottom it's Marvel and DC comic fans arguing over more diversity, and they're all punching each other and rioting and smashing stuff.
We could also take the Union meme of her being alone on her birthday and put like Flat Girl Club. This
is what I'm talking about. And waifu wars have been going on forever. Like probably ever since like Urusei Yatsura. Everybody has probably been arguing over like who's best girl, and then but again, no one like ended friendships over it, and no one got fired or lost their job or got arrested over it, and it's like, what happened? It's so weird, so bizarre.
It's not even like you're losing your job over something recent.
Yeah,
it's something you said like 10 years ago.
Yeah. You unironically said you liked Naga the Serpent over Lena Inverse. Care to explain? What?
I mean, Naga has nice Nagas.
That
So.
yeah, that laugh. How can you not be aroused?
Right. Meanwhile, Lena is flat. No, I'm kidding.
It's true though.
She is, but yeah, I don't have an issue with flat girls.
Only
I
when
just
it's
like
for,
to make it seem like I do.
Yeah, only when it's for comedic purposes.
Yeah, only when it's for comedic purposes.
It's yeah, man. It's just funky. It's funky and it's unfortunate and all of that. And I was thinking about the Konosuba reference too, and I was thinking of all the different shows that I would recommend to people that are coming from science fiction or fantasy and all that. And I was thinking like, well, tell them to watch, obviously like Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Which I might have to amend my previous talk about how like I don't respect anybody whose favorite show is from Adult Swim. I might have to amend that to allow an exception in the form of Cowboy Bebop. Because Cowboy Bebop does kind of transcend like Adult Swim. It is just a genuinely good show. It's Sunrise, Tiger and Bunny, Code Geass. They just My Hime. They consistently make good shows. So it's really hard to just be like. "Yeah."
Cowboy Bebop is just one of those shows where you can just introduce someone and not have it be out there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a show that you can pick it up just about anywhere, and you're fine. Like I know there were episodes when I was airing on Adult Swim that I know I missed.
Yeah,
but I just watched the next one and be like, oh, I don't feel like I missed anything at all because they're not even following a story really.
Right. Not until like the end.
Yeah.
Then all this was like, oh, by the way, story. But yeah, they were all kind of like unconnected, like individual stories or show episodes.
Yeah.
Like most story, like a Law and Order, for instance, it was like every episode was self-contained story. Once in a while, they would cover kind of like, remember that one time I'm back, Stabler, and it's like, ooh, stuff like that. But for the most part, yeah, Cowboy Bebop was like kind of like self-contained episodes.
Yeah. Likeable characters.
Yeah.
And it has a dog, which people love.
Yeah, the little Shiba Inu. But yeah, shows like that, Vinland Saga, Black Lagoon, which, you want to talk about your empowered female lead characters, there you go. She smokes, she drinks, she got a mouth, and she can back it up. She can fight. What more do you want? Also voiced by Megumi Toyoguchi, so there you go. So, Junko from Danganronpa.
I haven't seen that.
Black Rose from Dot Hack. That's old school.
I've seen that, but I don't remember Black Rose.
Mimiru, the one with the giant sword.
Okay.
Dark skinned. There you go, dark skinned.
Yeah, gotcha.
So that was her too. That was Toyoguchi Megumi. That was one of her like her early big roles because she was like debuted in Gundam Seed when I remember her. But yeah, she's done a bunch of other stuff since then. But yeah, that Black Lagoon is another one that I would recommend to normies. Vinland Saga, one I'd recommend to normies. Obviously, Fist of the North Star. I mean, it's Bruce Lee and Mad Max. What can go wrong? So I'm all like, come on. So, and again, I'm all about the discussion. I'm all about that. Like I said, they were just ragging on me about Ruka and Ren's little girlfriend, and I'm all like, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, we declare a waifu war, and so there you go, and everyone has fun, but not so much if you say that those designs from the X-Men Hellfire Gala Ball look dumb. They're like, where do you work? Yo, this guy, he's a homophobe, because I don't understand why Wolverine has cleats on at a Gala Ball.
Well, what if they have a quick pickup football game?
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Wolverine, who's supposedly Canadian, will totally play football, American football.
Yeah.
So you can't have this kind of fun if you were an American comics fan, man. You'd already be calling your supervisor.
I mean, they do have the Canadian Football League.
This is true. So you might be onto it. You might have called it. So I apologize. I doubted your American comic skills, your X-Men comic skills.
I know, right?
Oh man, yeah. So it's yeah, man. And again, I felt like I wanted to tweet it to the guys too, to those guys that I follow on YouTube. Those 4 shows, like everyone's like, yeah, just like put 4 different gifs of everyone celebrating, and everyone's just like, just jumping and all that, having a good time, and then be like, MCU Phase 4 crickets. And then,
well, to be fair, I'm actually looking forward.
Yeah, the Venom trailer came out yesterday.
To the Phase 4.
Venom Monday. Venom trailer came out on Monday, and it looks dumb. But I didn't tell you this, but I told some of the other guys too. I was all like the opening scene where the symbiote was making breakfast for Eddie Brock.
Right.
I was all like, thanks to that, I can probably safely say that Venom 2 is going to be my slice of life show of the year.
Going to have their grocery shopping episode.
Yeah. Well, they did, technically, when they went to the convenience store. The conveni. So, was it, hi, Mrs. Chen. Hi, Eddie. Hello, Mrs. Chen. Hi, was it Symbiote? Or hi, Venom. Yeah. So, I'm telling you. Tell me I'm wrong. Venom 2 is going to be best slice of life show this year. So, and again, too, that's why I also wanted to say that, because we're all about equity, so I did want to go on record by saying I am going to spend money on Venom 2. I liked Venom 1 for everything that it was worth, but it was also, I think, elevated by the fact it was a bunch of San Francisco porn, like how Life Foundation built their headquarters on the side of the Bay Bridge.
Yeah.
So, if you're from the area, you kind of recognized all the San Francisco landmarks and whatnot. So, it was absolutely absurd that Eddie and his girlfriend, was Anna, I think, or Mary, were able to get an apartment, I don't even want to know, on his freelance paycheck or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I ain't going to have it. So.
Yeah.
Well, maybe now that Cal Exit is going on. So, but regardless, yeah, I was, the breakfast scene had me like a face palming, like, oh, this is so dumb. But we'll see. And obviously, having a Ravencroft now in California, I was like, because obviously he was interviewed. It seemed like at San Quentin, so that made sense. But after that, when they said Ravencroft is going to be out here now, and I was like, unless the Ravencroft is coming into New York and they're importing Carnage from New York to San Francisco, and I'm like, I don't know about that. In Separation Anxiety, they were actually out in Salinas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and apparently Venom, Spider-Man, and the symbiotes had a throwdown at the mall in Salinas, and I'm like, is there a mall in Salinas? I've been to Salinas. We used to have house parties out in Salinas, and I'm like, what mall are they talking about? Really? But I thought that was pretty funny, that I don't know what mall Salinas had, but they don't have one no more. Venom and the symbiotes destroyed all of that. So, and then also, too, the ramifications now that they're building up, they're telling me, is that Tom Holland and Tom Hardy are now going to go and fight Woody Harrelson.
Salinas has Northridge Mall.
Okay, then there it is. That's where they went. That was also because that was in the that story or that comic, and then they also recreated that as a stage in the game as well. But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny because I didn't recall. And now that I think about it, I think we did go to that mall after all because we were looking for things to do. Because we went and we had sushi at one of the restaurants. Yeah. And then after they're like, you want to go to the mall? I was like, okay, cool. And I guess they were like, they still had a Funko at the time.
Funko Land?
Yeah, because they still had like Super Nintendo games and all of that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was cool. So I guess that was the mall then that Venom and all of them trashed.
I remember, I think Funko Land was the only place you can get those Final Fantasy VIII cards.
Yes.
And I could never find them because everybody was buying them up.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, Triple Triad is actually in Final Fantasy XIV now, too.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they brought it back.
I'll have to get back into that.
Yeah. My PC is sitting over here.
Also, as somebody who is starting to move again,
no.
I can confirm that you cannot afford a place in San Francisco off of a freelance salary.
Yeah.
Not when they want a 500 square foot studio for like $2,500 a month.
Oof.
Like, you do know people want to actually afford food, right?
No, we'll give you food stamps. Don't worry about that. No one's gonna grow the food, pick the food, or process the food, but we'll give you food stamps.
Just kill the rats that are running around, I guess. Yeah. Cook those.
Oh, man, this week's movie night, which was the reason why we delayed recording this, we actually watched Demolition Man. And I was like, again, I can't avoid not watching Demolition Man because it furthers my evolution into Dennis Leary's character. Which is why, again, I'm ranting and like this too. And it's like, I just want to watch an anime with a pink-haired, big-titty waifu who's the main character, who cusses a lot and goes ara ara and not be shamed for it, okay? Is that too much to ask?
He was great in that movie.
Yeah.
But I like Dennis Leary anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all like, you live out there, you live under Disney's will. You worship who they want, the sexuality they want, the race they want. You come over here with us, the weebs, kind of starve to death because it takes too long to translate anything. And then when you pirate it, then they mock you for it. They call you scum of the earth.
You're killing the industry.
You're killing the industry.
It's like, I bought the manga.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I bought the statue.
Exactly.
The keychains.
I'm not trying to give you any money for, what's his name? What's his name's casting couch?
Then again, I have no issue buying a Blu-ray if it comes with the right stuff.
Right.
Japanese or American. Because I've bought both.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm waiting for the Heaven's Field, like, grand, like, 200 massive, all 3 discs in one version, mega collection. I'll definitely get that.
I wonder what that'll come with.
That's a good question. We obviously know it's coming, and it'll probably be a couple of years though. But yeah, once it does drop or arrive, that's the one I'll probably get.
Yeah.
But yeah. In the meantime, you can enjoy Fate because it's not censored.
Nope.
Or cares about sexualities or genders, as it has a Stolfo. So, So, but yeah. Yeah, that was
weren't they calling people who called characters like Astolfo traps transphobic?
Yes,
I thought so.
That's why you call them traps.
I do call them traps.
Good. That's good. Don't mock these people. These people should be shamed for being so dumb. So, like, you can have your opinion, but when I give you mine in return, or Roman gives his, don't be surprised.
How do you pronounce foes? Foe? Foe?
Yeah, Fo-kun.
All right. How dare foe not be gay?
Yeah. Where's dark skinned foe?
Yeah.
Where's brown
Where's
foe?
trans foe?
That sounds transphobe.
Right?
Oh, man. This is the two, man. These people, they just make it way too easy. They make it way too easy, man. But, yeah.
And I think it also helps that I listen to a lot of Bill Burr.
Yeah, you know what? I was going to say, too, speaking of Dennis Leary, they also that Dennis Leary just stole Bill Burr's routine.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Or is it Bill Barr? It was Bill Barr. Because there's 2 of them, right? It was Bill Burr and Bill Barr.
Is there a Bill Barr?
I want to say that. I think so. I think it was
we got an actual laptop in front of us. I keep forgetting.
I think there was No. That's the former state attorney. There he is. It's Bill Burr.
Yeah, that's Bill Burr.
Bill Burr. Bill Barr does Bill Burr's... Yeah. Maybe it was Bill Burr. Oh, yeah, maybe it was. Oh, because for some reason I thought he was really younger. But, let's just look it up. Let's look it up. Bill Burr, Dennis Leary.
Dennis Leary on Twitter.
Bill Hicks.
Versus
That's it. That's what it was.
Well, I've heard that before.
Yeah, he just stole his routines and all that.
From what's his name? Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan, yeah. Joe Rogan's usually good at exposing people like that because he did it to Carlos Mencia.
Yeah. And then, like in another episode, he goes, "Oh, I don't dislike Carlos Mencia.
No,
but he was stealing jokes.
Yeah,
so I had to do it.
Yeah. I just blew him up. Ended this man's whole career. But I have nothing against the man. So
yeah.
But
guy's probably flipping burgers now, but
shouldn't
have been stealing jokes.
He ain't on Comedy Central no more. And regardless of whoever he was stealing them from, again, man, that's what happened. We got rid of him, so we stopped making fun of just minorities and all that, and of all kinds. That was the point. Because anybody and anything should be made fun of. Humor is subjective, man. You can laugh or you don't laugh. That's it. Those are your only two options. But, you can say it.
Yeah.
So, but now all of a sudden you can't. And it's like, if you like big titty anime bitches, you're scum. And it's like, well, fine. Enjoy your SJW comics. And when they get canceled because no one buys them, because no one likes them, and instead they're going to big titty anime bitches, we'll see you when you get here. Yeah. I'll be here. Smug face ready. So, and like I said, man, I'm all done. I love the waifu wars. I love the conversations. I love the discussions. I'm all for it, man. I'm not trying to block anybody in it, but when you come in here and you're just like, well, I redesigned it so it looks better. I made it better. It's like, okay, you're one of those.
Yeah.
And that's where I have a problem. But, for people that are, I call them the refugees now, the American comic refugees, the Star Wars refugees, like, let's go. Welcome you with welcome arms, brothers and sisters.
With open arms.
Yes.
Come on in here.
Yes.
We got donuts.
Yes. Also, I will judge you if the anime you like is 3 words or less.
Yeah, it's got to have the entire plot in the title.
That's right. Attack on Titan, garbage. Sword Art Online, garbage.
Naruto,
garbage. Bleach, garbage. Please don't bully me, Nagatoro. Classic. See, it works.
Uzaki-chan wants to hang out.
Classic. See, it works out. Well, unfortunately, Komi's garbage. Komi can't communicate. Garbage.
3 words.
Garbage. Trash. That's why it took so long for her to get an answer. See, it's fun. It's funny. It's fun. It's why is this so hard? Why are the Americans that created all of these industries? Why is it so hard for them that they forgot how to have fun? That's what I'm trying. If anything, and I'm probably going to end on this note. This is how I wrap it up. It's all about fun. Just have fun. Don't take it serious. The real world sucks. And I say this as I'm preparing to go to an internship to work for the federal government. Don't take it too serious.
Are you? It's federal government?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So more details will become, because this will probably alter our future podcast episodes. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. Yeah, but just don't think too hard about it, man. Do you love your mom and her 2-hit multi-target attacks? Don't think too hard about it, okay? Just have fun.
I love Maddie.
Medi, the best medic in all the fictional world.
Yes.
Yeah. See, even Cells at Work, garbage. Cells at Work, Black, best show of the season. There you go. See what I mean? It just works. It's a formula that works.
Certainly does.
So. Oh, man. Konosuba, God's blessing on this world. Classic. Whatever, I'm butchering it, I know, but yeah, you get what I'm saying.
Is Konosuba short for that, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it God bless or God thank you for this blessing on the world or whatever, so, yeah.
Yes, thank Aqua.
Yeah, and that was the example I wanted to say, too. It was like, Konosuba, the movie, it was like, there was literally an assault joke. Like, those female orcs assaulted Kazuma. And you know what? We laughed. We laughed our asses off. And this theater was sold out. There wasn't a single empty seat. And we laughed as these female orcs tried to assault this man. And we fucking victim shamed him. Alright? We shamed the victim. We laughed at him. And then beyond that, the award-winning screenwriter of Pulp Fiction said it was the greatest movie he's ever seen. And it had an assault joke in it. And we laughed. I'm done ranting. You get the point. Again, tell me I'm wrong. Please tell me I'm wrong. If my information was incorrect, I would love to update it. But until then, I'm done. Until the next dumbass thing comes around and I laugh I laugh at all my poor friends who grew up with comic books like Spider-Man and all that, and now they gotta... Tom Holland's all like, yeah, I think Spider-Man, it's about time Spider-Man should be gay. It's like, what? That was what nerds aspired to be, was to be nerds and get the hot chick. You know, everyone wanted to get Mary Jane. And I was like, yeah, no, it's cool, you can have a boyfriend.
It was pretty positive. What's his name was supposed to be gay?
Which one?
Miles Morales.
Really?
I think when he was first introduced, they tried to say he was gay.
Wow.
But then he started dating Gwen Stacy, so as Spider-Gwen. So
Also played by Aoyuki.
yes, but it's Amelia who really steals the show in that.
Penny Parker? Because at least Spider-Noir, that's Akio Otsuka. He's good. So, it's Solid Snake. Iskandar. One for All. Or no, All for One. All for One.
Blackbeard.
Blackbeard, yeah. So.
Are you getting ready to... I thought you were going to jump.
No.
One of the two.
No.
Just the posture.
Yeah, no. He's just trying to get attention by sitting on my stuff. And with that, after my rant and laughing at the industry and telling people to chill out, while the anime and manga fans keep celebrating wins, and the anime industry keeps pumping out products, the American industry they can't even get out Safe Space and Snowflake. So, but
not even the gay community wanted them.
No, nope. So to end, me not ranting and laughing this whole time, I wanted to say now, Roman, what do you think is going to be the next one? Because you obviously were reading Nagatoro. They rewarded you with an anime series. And I've referenced it a couple of times, but you've also been sending me screenshots of, or pages from the Man and His 100 Wives manga. So,
yes.
What do you think is going to be like the next big one? Or what do you think people need to keep an eye out for? In terms of what you think the next big manga is that's going to get an anime and blow up and cause people to shriek like Uzaki.
Oh god. Like Uzaki?
Well, you know what I'm saying, in general. It doesn't need to be like Nagatoro levels.
Let me see. There are 4 manga outside of stuff that has already had a series,
Okay.
like Nagatoro or Watamote.
Oh, okay.
Which I hope gets a second season, because there's plenty of material now for there to be at least 4 seasons.
Yes.
There are 4 series that I have been reading. One of them I don't think gets translated anymore.
Okay.
At least I haven't found a new group that does it.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one, like you mentioned, was the 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You. But I think it might be a little bit before that one gets a series. Because they're only on like chapter 58
Okay, yeah.
right now. So maybe when it reaches like 100 or something,
Yeah.
they might start thinking about getting a series. But it's more harem, romance, comedy, maybe parody. Because they have made Dragon Ball Z references and Naruto, Bleach. They've made all kinds of references to other shows. They've even called out the Shueisha
Yeah.
in a chapter. They spent one whole chapter talking about their merchandise. I mean, it would be a funny series to watch. And it would be good for those people who don't want to just be tied down to one person. Polyamorous people.
Me.
So,
Yeah, it's very rare for me to just leave a show with one waifu.
Yeah.
It's very rare.
I actually like them all except for one. She's pretty annoying, and I think just about everybody else agrees. I haven't seen anybody who said anything good about her. And that's his cousin. Yeah, they added a cousin character. That was the one where he was like, "You okay with this, Shueisha?"
Shueisha, by the way, is also the publisher of Demon Slayer. So
yeah. But yeah, we just got a new girlfriend added. The Japanese girl who pretends she's American.
America Boo.
Yeah. Wears a cowboy outfit with, like, I guess you would consider them Daisy Duke shorts. Speaks with a very thick Western accent. Or Southern accent, I should say.
Yeah.
Dyed her hair blonde. She's going all out. But, yeah. We got to get to the next chapter where they introduce her to the other girlfriends.
I'm going to say it because Roman can't say it, but he did show it to me. She also flipped the bird and said, "Fuck you."
Yes, she did.
So
She definitely did.
Yeah.
And she's a teacher. She's his teacher for Japanese class.
the America Boo is the teacher for Japanese class.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
In fact, the tsundere was questioning that. Like,
Yeah.
shouldn't you be teaching English? And then she went on a whole rant about how you shouldn't be stereotyping people based on how they look. And
Oh, really? That's very progressive.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Stereotypes are bad.
And then the tsundere was like, "Go back where you came from."
The proper response. The proper response. Oh, I'm liking this show more and more. I'm liking this series more and more.
Little does she know that she is where she came from, because she's Japanese. So that one, I'm hoping, when it reaches 100 chapters, will be at least get a mention
Okay.
for a series. The other one, I think they could do like one of those 15-minute anime for is Please Go Home, Akutsu-san.
Mm-hmm.
Which is about basically like a delinquent girl who basically hijacks this dude's room as her hangout spot. And then all kinds of like hijinks ensue.
I'm going to jump in real quick, and I'm looking it up on Google, and what Roman said is actually correct. Kimi no koto ga dai daisuki na is that hyaku? Yeah. So when he said really, that's actually
the title.
True, yeah.
I wasn't exaggerating.
dai daisuki. All right. Oh, it has its own wiki too, huh? The 100 girlfriends who really love you.
Yeah.
So it's 5 reallys.
5 release. I may have added 1 or 2. I don't know.
Oh, it's got a Reddit too.
Well, yeah.
Just to avoid lying, how honest can you be? I fucking love this absolute shit post of a manga. All right, this guy has that, but I agree. I think they're waiting. But funny enough, they haven't even put it on Amazon yet, so it hasn't even gotten licensed.
No, it's not licensed yet.
Huh. There's volume 1.
I think there's 4 or 5 volumes in Japan.
Okay. Then it's based off a light novel?
I don't think so. It might be.
I'm guessing this is the Soon?
Yeah, she's a tsundere.
And this is just the Dede, or this
the horny one.
Well, they both have hearts in their eyes, so...
Yeah, but this one is always trying to get him to touch her.
Oh, okay. That'll do it.
That and when they were doing the lap pillow episode where all the girls were trying to see who had the best lap pillow.
Okay.
His dream with her was just sex.
Yeah.
So...
Hey, Kuma Bear.
Yeah.
This website is basically just where you can buy straight up Japanese manga in Japanese. So that's what all this is coming from. Is this Shinobu?
See, they each have a chance in a relationship with her, but if they fail, they die.
Oh wow, that's hardcore. So it's an action show, huh?
Basically, the god of love accidentally messed up his soulmate section by putting 100 girls. And he was like, I can just pick one of them, right? And the dude's like, you can, but the others will die. From, like, accidents or something. Because they've been denied their soulmate. So, yeah.
Wow. I was going to say that the one... I don't know if this is on your list, so stop me if it is, but they said the next one, not after Komi, that they should do is Gal Gohan.
I read the first chapter, first volume of that, and I don't know how I feel about it yet.
Okay.
I think I got to read the first 3 volumes or whatever to kind of get a good feel.
Okay.
Because I feel like she fell in love with a teacher too quickly.
Okay.
It was like 2 chapters in, and she's already like getting jealous of her friends for hanging around him.
Okay.
And I'm like, Jeez, you barely even know the guy.
Roman's like, you gotta at least bully him for 8 chapters before you get that far.
Yeah.
Alright, but yeah.
Speaking of gals, though, one of the other ones I was reading was Dosanko Gyaru is a mega cutie.
Okay.
Which is basically this dude goes to Okinawa to go to school.
Okay.
And he meets this Gyaru girl who really wants to go to Tokyo, and he's from Tokyo, so she starts hanging out with him.
Okay.
And they just become pretty good friends, and they start meeting other people along the way. One's a gamer girl. One's like a very traditional Japanese girl.
Okay.
But the main focus is the Gyaru, who's really sweet and tries to help him out and stuff like that.
And breaks the stereotype that they're all like, oh, she's loose and all of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It also helps that her mom is a Gyaru, too.
Interesting. That's actually pretty funny. So, obviously, the mom is going to be my favorite character.
Yeah, the mom would be your favorite. And this one, I just like this one because it's kind of funny.
Uh-huh.
It's called Kumika no Mikaku.
Okay.
It's about this, in this universe, for this world, manga, aliens are pretty well known, and they've started coming to Earth and just having jobs and living their lives and whatever.
Okay. I'm here living my best life.
And one of them, I guess her race is very poor.
Okay.
A lot of them are just like kind of slaves and stuff like that, so they don't really get a whole lot of food. And I guess for them, they can just breathe and they get their nutrients and all that.
Yep.
But then she gets introduced to food.
Oh, God, here we go.
And now she's just trying to taste everything that she can.
Okay.
Pizza, curry. Her favorite is hamburger, steak. But she tries it in like different ways all the time.
Hey.
I know in like one of the chapters though, she gets like feels really guilty because her family back at home doesn't get to eat food. It's like a luxury item back on her planet, so she's like, maybe I should stop eating. But her body is like, no, eat, give me food. I think it's really cute and funny because of her reactions to eating all these different foods.
And you're on record saying you like the gluttonous characters.
Yes, I do. I do like the gluttonous characters. It is also kind of a romance anime or manga too, because she works at an office, and it was one of the guys in the office who introduced her to food because he's kind of into her, and he's trying to use this as a way to get closer to her.
Got it.
But she's very dense and doesn't really realize it. She just thinks he's being nice.
Interesting.
So it's kind of a reverse of like the harem, where the guy is super dense.
Okay.
This one, the guy is after the girl, but she doesn't realize it, and she just thinks he's being nice to her and trying to introduce her to food and like expand her horizons a bit in like the world.
Interesting.
I don't know if this one will ever get an anime, but I hope it does.
Sounds cute. How many chapters? How long? Or how old is it?
I think it's been out for a while.
Okay.
I think everything I see says that it's still ongoing, but
Okay.
the place that I read it at only has 38 chapters.
Okay.
So I don't know. We'll see.
I like the sound of the Gyaru Gal one.
Yeah.
That one sounds good.
That one's really, really cute. I like that one too.
And what was the second one you said after the 100 Girlfriends? What was that one?
Please Go Home, Akutsu-san.
And which one was that?
This girl, Akutsu, who's like a delinquent.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
And she's basically taken it upon herself to invade this dude's home and make it her hangout spot. Where basically she just reads manga, plays video games, and naps. And this dude is trying to get her to leave because he doesn't want her there.
So this one sounds more Uzaki than Uzaki-esque.
Yeah, this one is a little more Uzaki Nagatoro type.
Nice.
Because she does kind of tease him a bit.
Yeah.
Um,
And he's a giant wuss, right?
yes.
Of course.
He is pretty much a giant wuss.
And but she can fight.
I'm not sure. Because it mostly takes place in his apartment.
Okay.
Sometimes they end up at school where people are scared of her. So I'm assuming, yeah, she can fight.
Interesting. Yeah, that one sounds interesting. I like that. That one might be one to... If they announce that, I'd probably watch that. Absolutely.
Yeah, She's just invaded his apartment and just said, "This is my hangout spot."
Okay. Yeah, I think that the two, if I was to call it, I would say definitely 100 Girlfriends.
Mm-hmm.
That one sounds like a very likely candidate to get animated. And then the Gyaru from, like we were just saying, Okinawa, most likely to have darker skin, just by nature of the geographic location.
Yeah.
But that one sounds pretty good too. I'm not gonna lie, but all of them sound good. Even the alien one is like, oh gosh, she just eats. But that one probably has the potential to be good too. Because I keep thinking of like Dragon Maid. So, but yeah.
Well, like I said, Akutsu I think could be like one of those 10, 15-minute ones because the chapters are only like 6 pages.
Oh yeah.
So it could be like one of those short length anime.
Sounds like a perfect role for Mikako Komatsu.
Right.
So.
That sounds like right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would actually work, I think. Do like a little Gamo-chan.
Exactly. The Makoto from Princess Connect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then another was one that this dude told me to read that I haven't started yet. Sosono Frieren? Or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
The synopsis for that says, Frieren is a member of the hero's party that defeated the Demon King, both a magician and an elf. There is something that separates her from the other 3 members, and I don't know. I haven't started reading it, really, because the subtitles, or not the subtitles, the translation for this sucks. It's one of those, I gotta try to piece together what you're trying to say kind of translations. So I gotta find a new place to read it. But apparently it's supposed to be really good. Because I think she's the only surviving member.
So, it's better than Redo Hero? Hero. Redo Healer?
Redo Healer? I mean, no, that's quality.
Yeah, that's anime of the year, man.
You ain't topping that.
No. It's all downhill from here, man.
Freya Best Girl.
Right.
But that's only because I haven't watched all of it yet, and I haven't seen the other girls.
Freya just wants to protect her sister.
Right?
Yeah. Now cluck like a chicken. But yeah. Even at its worst day, Redo of Healer is still better than pretty much anything I can think of in the Western media side. I'll fight on that hill. I will fight on that hill. I would probably. I actually have seen all of Redo of Healer. What am I talking about? I finished Redo of Healer, and I probably still won't go see Shang-Chi. So, which is funny because I thought, maybe it's a martial arts film. And I was like, nah, never mind. It was, again, it's San Francisco porn too, because obviously if it's a movie centered around Chinese or Asian folks, you got to just throw it in San Francisco, man. It's where we all hang out.
Yeah, God. Definitely not Oakland.
Man, when I used to do training out there in downtown Oakland, when we get off at the BART station and go up there, and it was so rad because the old folk would be up there doing their morning calisthenics. And, so they would actually be doing, like, Tai Chi and all of that. And I was like, that's pretty cool, actually. I'm not going to lie, so.
Did you go join them?
I wanted to, but I had, like I said, I had training to go to, so I never had a chance.
There's a commercial I know that airs now where they show an old lady doing Tai Chi and this little kid's like, so it's just slow-mo karate? And they're like, yeah, it's just slow-mo karate.
And they let this racist ass commercial just stay on the air. Why has no one canceled this kid? This kid's never gonna work in Hollywood ever again. Canceled. Should be wall to wall coverage. Like, how dare you?
Being very insensitive to the Asian American community right now.
This kid needs to be on Twitter writing his apology tweet. So then I could go and say, it's not good enough. I don't give a shit that you're 7 years old. You're never going to work ever again.
Canceled.
I'm gonna teach my future kids who you are, so when you come and try to make a comeback, they're going to be all like, before my daddy died, he said when you were 7, you said Chinese was just slow-mo kung fu. He said to make sure you stay canceled, bitch. We live in a society. You're You're losing to a girl named Froppy. I just love that so much. And she's losing to Aoyuki. What's the moral of the story? Aoyuki always wins.
Unless you're mommy. No, she's not mommy, is she?
Madoka.
She's Madoka. Unless you're Madoka.
Hey, Madoka's winning too. She's getting a 4th movie.
Yeah, but all the other characters are more interesting. Unless I can make her like gluttonous or something, there's no saving her.
Roman can't be defeated if he never admits defeat.
Right?
Oh man. So that's all I got.
Madoka would be kind of cool though.
hey, I'm always down. Madoka's all right.
But no, that's what we got. What was it, Sayuki? Sayaka?
Sayaka,
That's
yeah.
what we got Sayaka for.
Yeah, Sayaka.
She's the gluttonous one.
Yeah.
I mean, for her reasons, of course, but yeah.
Also kind of a gay character. No one made a big fuss about it.
No.
Everyone was just kind of like, "Ay," and then we all went back to watching them all drop dead.
In fact, I fully supported it.
Yeah. OTP right there. Yeah, everyone was cool. No one resisted. And again, no one talked about it at all. So, but because no one cared. It was just kind of like, "Ay," because we all knew it, and it was like, "Ay," and then it was like, "Okay," and then we moved on.
All right, next show.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh man. Yeah. But I think that in wrapping up my thoughts for this whole thing, next time we come together, hopefully I'll have some of last season's shows wrapped up, like ReZero, so we can finally talk about it. Oh man, I have so much stuff, man. ReZero, Hidden Dungeon, only I can enter. What else? Elena. Speaking of Elena,
Kyoko. I made a mistake.
Oh, Kyoko? Yeah.
Kyoko is the gluttonous one.
Yeah,
I
Kyoko.
said Sayaka.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, Kyoko was banging Sayaka.
Yes.
But, yeah.
All right, go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, no, what else? Armor Shop for Ladies and Gentlemen, and that one was only like 3 minutes long, and I still didn't even go in there because I just didn't have the energy. I didn't have the energy to watch it and then want to have to talk about it. What else? Boku Hero, but I think Boku Hero's this season.
Yeah, that's this season.
But still, yeah, that's on the list. Got to get caught up on that too. I don't know. I just got to go back on the Crunchyroll history and just be like, what was I watching? Because again, the only things that I finished was Cells at Work Season 2, Cells at Work Black, and then Redo of Healer. Literally Redo of Healer.
Which I still have to finish.
Yeah, greatest show of the season.
I got to catch up to Dragon Ghost House Hunting, which is this season, but still.
Yeah.
I think the only ones I'm caught up with are Nagatoro, Godzilla Singular Point, Irumakun, and been killing slimes for 300 years. 300 years. And maxed out my level.
Also Aoyuki. Apparently Mama Aoyuki, so interesting.
Yes, because she's got 2 slime daughters.
Yeah, okay, I got it. And that's this season though, right?
Yeah, that's this season.
I guess I can get... Oh, and Spider, obviously. I got to get caught up on Spider. Oh, and Quintuplets. There, I knew I was missing shows. Oh, I'm missing so many shows. And Slime. I haven't even... Oh, I'm so behind on Slime. I didn't even start Slime.
Yeah,
because
me neither.
I didn't watch the OVAs. I think I'm missing 1 or 2 OVAs. So that's why I was like, okay, let me hold off. And then Slime came out. I was like, okay, now I got to get that. And then the Slice of Life Slime show is out. And I'm like, damn it. And now the Chibi Slime is out. I'm like, okay, stop.
Stop with the slimes already.
Yeah, you got to stop.
Just add him to
Isekai Quartet. That's next.
That's it.
That's next.
We've already got Shield Hero and that other
Overly cautious
hero.
Overly cautious, yeah. Who's voiced by Goblin Slayer, actually.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. And then you know what's gonna happen, right? Is you're thinking, okay, here comes Slime, and then it's actually honors all the gold. It's like, oh, okay, I guess.
I would definitely watch if he was in there
for honors.
I mean, they're getting a second season, so
yes, yeah.
And I know people said he was kind of a boring protag, but I mean, you haven't watched that vampire show that Crunchyroll did. No Blease.
Oh, I was thinking Hillsing? No. Yeah. No, I started it and then I have the rest downloaded and no.
Ugh, God, that dude's so boring.
Yeah, there's a... Oh, we'll take that in a minute. But yeah, that's an indication that it's wrapping up time. Anos, what am I? Team Sasha? No. Team
No.
Misha. I'm Team Misha.
Yeah, I'm Sasha.
Yeah, Team Misha. Okay.
I actually got a Ducky Makaru?
Uh-huh.
I got one of those pre-ordered for Sasha.
Okay. Right on. Then you're going to have to tell me where to get Misha so that this waifu war can continue. Because that's how we throw down.
Amiami.
Okay.
Because I had her too.
I was going to actually ask you, too, off the Reina's event, do they have Gray and do they have Reina's Nesselberries?
Nessos?
Yeah.
I think I saw a gray before.
Okay.
I don't know about Reina's. I'll have to check.
All right, yeah.
But I'm pretty positive I've seen gray.
Yeah, okay. Let me know. I'm interested. And likewise, all of y'all, Roman his shop's back up, so go check out his shop.
It is back up. Let me know what kind of stuff you're looking for.
Yeah, hit him up on the Discord.
Try to add it there.
Or email.
Yes.
Or
there's a contact us section in the store. So.
And the Facebook page as well. The Anime Mystics Facebook page you can message as well.
Yep.
So there's multiple ways.
There's also a store Facebook page.
Yeah.
But, God, Facebook sucks.
Yeah.
I tried posting an ad, and they're like, your ad account has been disabled. And I was like, why? Because I got a waifu on the cover of my ad?
Yeah, too much cleavage.
She's not even showing much. She's fully clothed, Facebook.
Nah. Too much.
And I was like, forget you then. I'm just going to do Instagram. I know Facebook and Instagram are kind of tied together, but they haven't turned down any of my ads yet.
The chat Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram.
For sure.
And the Virgin Facebook.
Facebook can't communicate.
Right? Got
right.
social anxiety.
Yeah. Oh, man. But, yeah. That's all I got for today. Go away now.
Get out of my sight. So, yeah. Again, the next watch party is going to be the live action for Way of the House Husband.
Yes.
That'll be next Thursday at 8.
Mm-hmm.
We'll make posts on Facebook and on the Discord. So if you're not on the Discord, get on there already.
Yes.
We put a lot of announcements on there. That's usually where all of our announcements go.
No one else is going to defend your waifu except you, so you might as well come and take a stand.
Yeah, we've already badmouthed your waifu a ton, so
Probably.
you better come and
No.
defend her at least once.
Not probably, absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially if she's flat. Anything less than a C cup, you're getting wrecked.
I know, right?
But yeah.
Meanwhile, I like Needle Chris, and she's probably a C or B.
Oh, no, I like Nito Burrito.
I like Nito a lot. And I also like Cersei, who's definitely an A or something. I got a wide range of waifus, okay, people?
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely.
I don't care about cup size.
Absolutely. I agree. I know. I'm right there with you. It's the running meme that I make.
Oh, yeah. But that also runs with the Discord.
Yeah.
Because of dude and his,
Yeah. Fetish.
hate for big boob girls.
Yes.
As soon as they got big boobs, horrible character.
Worst character. But she's actually really sweet and takes care of the whole team and all of that. Terrible.
It's, what was it? She'd be better if she was flat. It's like, no. It's like you obviously kind of like the character, you just want her to be flat. Why don't you just like the character? I'll never understand.
Yeah. But I'll make fun of it.
Yeah, I'll definitely make fun of it.
Yeah.
I'm going to work on that Union meme.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, Way of the House Husband, Thursday, 8 p.m.
Yes.
Go on the Discord to learn anything else that we're going to be doing.
Yes.
Or if you just want to chat and
Talk smack.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
We do that a lot.
Let's do it.
And
yeah, by all means, tell everybody welcome. And that's I think that Roman is pretty much on the same page. But obviously, like I said, this is as much shit as going on and being talked. I do want this to be very welcoming and very open. And even if it is to be like, hey, Steven, your waifu sucks ass, come tell me. By all means. Like I said, I love the conversation. I love the discussion. So, I love waifu wars. So, if that's what you want to say, if you heard this and you got this far, I welcome you to come to Discord, come to Facebook, and tell me or tell Roman how much we suck ass. I would absolutely appreciate it, because I just want to get more people involved in the community, and as long as you're here to have fun, which is what I think all the anime and manga creators are also in it for, at least in the beginning. Let's do it. We're here. Let's just have fun, man. Real life sucks. Let's just have fun.
Yeah.
So that's it for me.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, we will hopefully see you all there.
Peace.
Bye.